Clash of the Titans indeed. Fantastic game for Embiid, who looked, if you missed our pregame at the beginning of the night, in warm-ups like he was wincing every time he took a shot. Still played very well. But I want to talk about Giannis, Shaq, at 45 in this game because I know you had said earlier this week on a podcast that he's better than you were at 24. And we were just watching the highlight about what he could be like as he moves forward in his career.
You just said it. By the time he's 30, probably be the best player in the game, probably be one of the best players ever. What I like about it is that he wants it. A lot of guys now are in the league just to be in the league. And, I was the type of player that if you asked me who the best player was, I'm going to say myself. Like a lot of guys would be like LeBron, KD, but this kid doesn't believe that. He believes that he's the best player in the game. And that is what competition is all about. That's how you're supposed to play. I like his game. I don't know his position. Candace said he was a point center. And that's kind of why I said he was better than me at the age of 24. Because at 24, I was just doing big man stuff. He's doing guard stuff, playing defense on the perimeter, switching. So he's actually much better than I was at 24.
The effort level is so high. Look, give congratulations. I know seeding only matters to an extent, but that's a heck of a year for Mike Budenholzer, whether he wins Coach of the Year or not, to clinch a 1 seed. Candace, are they more dangerous than people are giving them credit for? It doesn't seem. I know, Shaq, you said earlier in the night that you think they could get to the finals. A lot of people aren't picking them.
Well, the thing about it is that at the beginning of the season, it was Milwaukee's still at the top. And I think everybody mid-season started to be like, well, they're still at the top. And, the question that I have in the playoff is when the game slows down, when it's not about transition, when it is about half court, that second scoring option, making sure that Giannis has help in Middleton, in Brogdon. If they come through and Lopez hits threes, they are definitely going to be a team that is going to go deep in the playoffs, possibly to the NBA Finals.
A good start if Ebled plays basketball instead of dodgeball, which I know he will.
Good at that, though.
BD, how about when you look at this team? I mean, they don't get a lot of credit. Maybe they can use that a little bit as a chip, but what do you like about them as a team in the playoffs?
Well, I like the fact that they're versatile. You have somebody like Giannis sitting, I love you too, Shaq. He sits in the middle of the floor, and he dictates what happens on the defensive end and the offensive end. And like Shaq and Candace were saying, that point center makes so much sense in today's NBA. So I think for them, they have a great chance to get into the finals. I think that they're the only team in the league that can beat Golden State.
Whoa.
I was there. Look, I'm not saying they can beat them in 7 games, but I think they're the only team in the league that can beat Golden State. I was there when they went to Oakland earlier in the season, and when you see the way that they match up, they can match up with Golden State at every position, right? So I just think that from a versatility standpoint, from a defensive standpoint, I think the Milwaukee Bucks are more poised to challenge the Golden State Warriors than any team.
However, the only monkey that they will have on their back is they haven't won a playoff series since 2001. So they're doing great in the regular season, but as we all know, when the playoffs start, that's a whole new different season. So
yeah, but then you look at that and you look at who's 7, who's 8, who's 2, who's 3. None of those teams have really done anything in the playoffs. Philly hasn't done anything in the playoffs. Toronto. They haven't gotten themselves out of any crucial round. So looking at the East, it's pretty wide open, right? Boston is the only team that that had a run, but they got Kyrie.
So you're saying,
and they had a run without Kyrie.
So you're saying that they're going to sweep Orlando in the first round?
I didn't say that. I think Orlando.
You mean Miami?
I think it's going to be difficult.
Whoever's there.
I think Milwaukee's journey is going to be how they are revealed. Right, so their learning curve and their growth is going to happen in this playoff. So, 4-2 first round, 4-3 second round, 4-3, conference finals, and then to the finals.
Yeah, let me ask you this quickly on Philly. We know they got a lot of talent. We know rotations get smaller in the playoffs. They're going to get to play a lot of minutes if they're healthy enough. To anybody who wants to take it, you worried about them? Lost a lot of close games lately. They haven't had everybody together. No Jimmy Butler tonight, but you worried about Philly?
I mean, matchup-wise in the playoffs, with them defending Milwaukee, with them defending Toronto, no. I'm worried about more late-game situations. I think that's for me, is all the other teams have the closers that want the ball. And
By the way, it's a miracle on this show.
How can I speak on
Let me
this?
just say something.
Like,
It is a miracle on this show that Candace and I can try and say straight face with half of the stuff is getting passed.
Yeah, but you got to keep your poise. It doesn't matter. It's a playoffs
coming
out.
Notes at Tennessee, okay? We were studying and writing down notes. I don't know what they did at LSU or UCLA.
I was telling you to make sure you mention the player on Philly that you talk about a lot in the playoffs.
TJ McConnell.
Okay.
I don't know, Candace Parker, but I don't know. Wait, hey, wait.
Yeah, that's right.
Two
you
of them.
too, Cassie.
I work on NBA TV.
Eric Gerard. Amen.
You got to keep your poise, Candace.
Amen.